Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into a topic that probably touches everyone listening: performance review feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
We all know that feeling, right? You kind of want to know how you're really doing.
Hmm.
But those, official feedback sessions, they can sometimes feel a bit like, well, just ticking a box.
Totally, like something to just get through.
Exactly. And you're left wondering, is anything actually going to change from this?
Right. Does it even matter?
So, our mission today is to cut through some of that. We're looking at insights from an HR Cloud article. It's called 10 Points to Consider When Giving Great Performance Review Feedback.
A good source.
Yeah. And we want to give you a shortcut, basically, to understanding how to make these really important conversations genuinely impactful. Whether you're the one giving the feedback or getting it, imagine walking out of your next review feeling, properly aligned, maybe even inspired. Okay, let's unpack this.
And, what's fascinating here is, while we all sort of instinctively know feedback is vital for growth for the organization,
Yeah, we know it's important.
we often struggle to, well, get it right. These aren't just HR formalities. They're actually pivotal moments.
That's a good way to put it. Pivotal.
And the principles we're going to talk about, they apply universally. Really helps ensure everyone, at every level can contribute to a better feedback culture and benefit from it too.
Absolutely. So before we jump into the how-to, let's really nail down the why. What is the actual purpose of a performance review?
Good question.
The article stresses that without clear context, this whole idea of improvement can feel a bit, well, meaningless? What's a deeper purpose we're talking about?
Well, the source points to this really critical dual purpose. For employees, it's like a barometer.
Barometer, okay.
Yeah, it helps you gauge your overall contribution, right? Clarifies where you stand in your team and the company. It helps you understand how your performance is actually perceived.
So getting beyond just vague feelings.
It's exactly concrete understanding. And then, if we connect this to the bigger picture for management, these reviews offer incredibly valuable insight
Insight into what exactly?
into how the whole organization is functioning. It's not just about individuals, you see. It's about seeing patterns.
Ah, okay. Like who's excelling, where support is needed.
Precisely. Spotting top talent, identifying areas needing support across the board.
Yeah.
And that data helps leaders, well, rethink how they operate, maybe optimize things more effectively.
Right.
So effective reviews, they become this really powerful strategic tool, not just some annual chore you have to do.
That's a really powerful way to reframe it. Yeah, moving from a kind of dreaded event to a strategic chance for real growth. Okay, now for the actionable stuff. Here's where it gets really interesting, I think. The HR Cloud article lays out 10 key points for giving great feedback.
The practical bits.
Exactly. Let's dive in. Starting with number 1, which might seem super obvious, but it's foundational. Understand the purpose. Why does the article insist we start right here? Isn't the purpose kind of self-evident?
Well, it might seem that way. But the article argues, and I think quite rightly, that failure to understand the reason behind doing something means that when it comes to doing it, your results will be suboptimal.
Suboptimal. Okay.
Think about it, right?
Right.
If you don't fully grasp why you're having this chat,
Yeah.
beyond just, company policy,
Yeah, just ticking the box again.
then you won't have the conviction to really make it count.
Yeah.
It's like the article uses the analogy of a retail salesperson without KPIs. Their efforts would feel kind of arbitrary.
Makes sense.
So for reviews, really appreciating their critical nature for the employee's growth and the organization's strategy that lets you structure, plan, and deliver reviews that provide positive change.
Okay.
It gives the whole process more integrity, efficiency, and a sense of real initiative. It basically sets the stage for everything else.
Understood. So knowing the why gives real purpose to the what. Okay, the article's second point then is to set an agenda. We've all been in those meetings that just wander off.
Oh, yeah.
So what are the practical benefits of having a clear agenda for this specific kind of conversation, beyond just keeping things on track?
Well, a pre-distributed agenda is a bit of a game changer because it creates a sense of psychological safety.
Psychological safety, how so?
When employees get that agenda beforehand, maybe email, maybe a printout, they come prepared, they know what's coming.
Right, no surprises.
Exactly. And that allows them to feel more comfortable being active participants. They know it's going to be discussed. It also massively reduces the issue of wasted time during the meeting itself, keeps it focused.
Okay, efficiency too.
But here's the crucial bit. If an employee is sitting there kind of bracing for a surprise or looking out for something unexpected.
Yeah, they'll be defensive.
They can't fully engage. They won't give you the most accurate depiction of their perspective. An agenda removes that uncertainty, leads to a much more open, honest chat.
And using a template can help too, I guess, to make sure you cover everything.
Absolutely. Using a performance evaluation template can structure that agenda, making sure you hit important points like, say, adaptability or accountability without forgetting something crucial.
Okay, so it's about clarity, trust, structure. Building on that structure, the third point is set specific time. Why isn't just a quick chat enough? Grabbing someone in the hallway. What's the message behind dedicating a specific time slot?
Dedicating a specific formal block of time, sending a proper meeting request.
Yeah.
It signals the gravitas and importance of this conversation.
Right. It shows you value it.
Exactly. It tells the employee, look, your development, your contribution, this discussion, it's important enough for my undivided attention.
Unlike the quick on-the-fly chats.
Yeah, the source nights that those on-the-fly reviews, people are just less likely to take them seriously or be prepared for them, leads to superficial results.
Yeah.
By carving out this dedicated space, you make sure the review is treated seriously, and hopefully with the desire from everyone involved for it to actually succeed.
So it's not just ticking off the list.
Precisely. It becomes a genuine commitment. Now, that's not to say regular one-on-ones are important for ongoing stuff.
Like attendance, daily tasks.
Yeah, exactly. For that ongoing, informal feedback on things like attendance, reliability, punctuality, regular check-ins are vital. But the formal review, it deserves its own distinct, respected time slot.
That makes total sense. Signaling respect.
Yeah.
Okay, point number 4 from HR Cloud. Track employee performance. Now, this suggests continuous monitoring, right? Not just frantically gathering info the day before.
Yes, absolutely.
How does that ongoing proactive tracking really help deliver meaningful feedback?
Well, first off, simply keeping up to date on an employee's performance and logging it somewhere, maybe a shared doc, a project tool, whatever works.
Makes prep easier, I bet.
Way less daunting.
But beyond just convenience, it builds a much richer continuous story. A narrative.
A narrative.
Yeah. This tracking allows the reviewer to introduce any mitigating factors that can explain any uptick or drop-off in performance.
Ah, okay. Like if someone had a tough personal situation affecting work. Exactly. If you know an employee was juggling something significant outside work, you could put a temporary dip in output into context. Without that ongoing record, you risk delivering, well, unproductive and unhelpful performance reviews.
Because you're just reacting to the latest thing.
Right. Reacting to isolated incidents, not understanding the whole picture. It makes sure your feedback on things like, say, flexibility or time management is accurate, informed by the whole journey, not just snapshots.
That proactive, story-driven approach sounds way more effective. Okay, moving to point 5. Active listening. The article says reviews are mostly for the person being reviewed.
That's key.
So what does active listening actually look like for the person giving the feedback? Why is it so crucial here?
It means recognizing this is a dialogue, right?
Yeah.
Not a lecture, not a monologue.
It's interactive.
Totally. So for the reviewer, it demands a concerted effort to limit your comments or questions. Your main job in this phase is to make space.
Space for the employee.
Space for them to share their perspective, their challenges, their goals. The benefit is immediate.
Oh, so?
Anything the employee brings up can be discussed right there.
Yeah.
Clarified. Maybe even gently challenged in the moment. Helping them improve their performance, potentially right in the meeting.
Ah, okay. Real-time adjustment.
Yeah. And this kind of interaction, it just naturally enhances communication skills, builds much deeper employee engagement, and gives you a clearer window into things like their dependability, their problem-solving skills, than just talking at them ever could.
So it's about drawing their insights out, not just dumping your assessment on them, which leads perfectly into point 6. Choose your language carefully.
Always important.
Yeah, but this isn't just about, like, avoiding obviously mean phrases, is it? It feels like there's something deeper here.
Oh, absolutely. Beyond just avoiding negativity, the real insight, I think, is how deeply our own biases, our own mindset can shape the feedback, even unconsciously.
How do you mean?
Well, if we, as the reviewers, are already feeling maybe frustrated or have a generally pessimistic outlook on a situation, even neutral words can land completely differently. They can carry that negative weight. The article pushes us to actively cultivate a growth mindset, not just for the employee, but for ourselves as reviewers.
Right, manage our own perspective first.
Yes. Training yourself to look at situations in the most positive light, the article says, is a good way of ensuring growth and development happen. And the flip side is so true. A pessimistic view will bleed through.
Even if you don't mean it to.
It will. And it can erode employee confidence way faster than any direct criticism. It's about making sure your internal story aligns with your external message. Crafting clear, specific, constructive comments that genuinely build professionalism, maybe even leadership skills.
That's a really powerful point, our own internal state bleeding through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, point 7 is about cultivating a 360-degree vision of the employee journey. So not just the last project, but their whole trajectory.
Precisely. It's about gathering all the data you have available. And that includes not just performance numbers, but also their background and their ambitions.
Their ambitions, like career goals.
Exactly. The article gives a great example. Say an Amazon employee wants to eventually become a manager.
Okay.
You should weave that ambition into the review. If their performance in certain areas isn't quite meeting the standard needed for management, well, that becomes a really clear development area.
Provides context and motivation.
Huge motivation.
Yeah.
Context they might not see otherwise. And to get that really well-rounded view, many places use 360-degree feedback systems.
Right, getting input from others.
Yeah, input not just from the direct manager, but maybe peers, direct reports if they have them, even the employee's own self-assessment. It just paints a much fuller picture than one person's view alone. Covers goal setting, technical skills, the lot.
That's a great way to make the feedback super relevant to their actual career path, which ties into point 8, ask around. Your view is important, but it's not the only view that matters.
No, definitely not.
Why is seeking other input so valuable?
Because, as the article points out, an individual's outputs or the performance that we drive through work is rarely a complete representation of our character or our ability.
True. Work performance isn't everything.
Right. Your perspective as their manager is vital, of course, but it's often limited to your direct interactions with them. So the practical step here is get in touch with other managers who've had experience with this employee and ask for their opinion.
What does that give you?
It provides really valuable insights into the employee's teamwork, collaboration, and interpersonal skills, things you might not see day to day. Also, their career development progress, maybe even their self-assessment abilities from another angle.
Helps avoid blind spots, basically.
Exactly. Builds a more balanced, comprehensive understanding, especially useful for people who work across different teams a lot.
That makes perfect sense. Multiple lenses give a richer picture. Okay, point 9. Agree on next steps. Our review shouldn't just be looking back, right? It absolutely needs to look forward.
Absolutely critical. Creating some achievable, reasonable goals to move forward with, that's what fundamentally changes the review from just being a summary into a dynamic, forward-looking tool.
It becomes a roadmap.
Precisely. A clear roadmap, either for improvement where it's needed or for affirmation and maybe even elevation of what they're already doing well.
And it needs to connect over time.
Yeah, the article reminds us that understanding the phases of the employee journey makes it easier to introduce this across a period of performance reviews. You ensure these next steps are actually integrated into their ongoing development.
So it's about setting clear goals, building skills.
Right. Clear, maybe measurable performance goals.
Right.
Fostering skill development, maintaining quality of work. It guides the employee on a tangible path forward, not just abstract feedback.
Such a crucial point, turning feedback into actual forward momentum.
Yeah.
And finally, point 10, which kind of feels like it pulls everything together, feedback outside of a review.
Yes, the continuous piece.
So feedback isn't just this isolated, maybe once a year thing.
Not at all, if you want it to be effective. The article really emphasizes the importance of ongoing dialogue between those formal reviews.
Dialogue, so just talking more often.
Basically, yes. Tools can help, performance management software and things, but the core is just ongoing conversation. Doing this makes employees more comfortable discussing work with you.
Lowers the barrier.
Exactly. And crucially, it allows them to rectify any issues in a manner that can be discussed at the performance review. Maybe the issue is already fixed by then.
Ah, proactive course correction.
Right. It reinforces this continuous learning mindset. The article says, part of our performance appraisal is, of course, how we learn from our mistakes. Regular check-ins, consistent, informal feedback, it massively boosts employee growth, productivity, creativity, even client relations.
Fosters a true culture of ongoing development.
Not just episodic assessment.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, this raises an important question, I think, for everyone listening. What's the real bottom line here? How do we make these reviews truly effective?
What is it? Ultimately, the core message seems to be about fostering a culture of continuous improvement and employee development. That's the goal.
Culture change, essentially.
Pretty much. And the article stresses that even a simple performance review can be just as effective as a complex one, as long as, and this is the key part, as long as it provides actionable feedback and focuses on work quality and performance improvement.
Actionable is the key word there.
Totally. It means prioritizing open communication, setting really clear performance expectations, and delivering balanced feedback. You got to talk about strengths and areas for improvement.
The whole picture.
And remember, incorporating peer feedback, encouraging that employee self-evaluation we talked about, that's also vital for getting that comprehensive picture. It's really about building a system that empowers people, not just evaluates them.
What a fantastic set of actionable insights we've unpacked today. Really practical stuff.
Yeah, lots to think about.
From understanding that fundamental purpose right through to tracking performance continuously, listening actively, being careful with language,
Getting the 360 view.
asking around, agreeing on those crucial next steps, and maybe most importantly, making feedback a continuous thing outside the formal review. Our deep dive into that HR Cloud article has really given us a great blueprint, I feel. The goal, like you said, is ultimately to provide specific feedback that helps employees understand their current standing and guides them towards future success.
Output.
So here's a final thought for everyone listening. Given all these insights, what's maybe one immediate shift, however small, that you could make in your next interaction? Maybe with a colleague, maybe with a team member.
Yeah, what's one small thing?
To foster that truly continuous, constructive feedback, even outside the formal cycle. Just think about how one small change in your approach could actually make a really big difference.
Food for thought.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us on the Deep Dive today. We really encourage you to apply these powerful strategies and make every feedback conversation a genuine step towards greater success for everyone involved.